Hello, everybody. So today, Joy Deb is in the house. Hello, Joey. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing quite good. Today is not a very nice day for us here in Salvador because it's raining quite a lot.
Same here. Sweden. It's raining and cold.
But it's cold
Always.
how? Because for us, 26 degrees is very cold.
Wow. That's summer for us. That's like a dream.
Okay, Joey. So basically, first let's talk about when we met. We met in Lisbon, and I was not sober. Okay,
Well, nobody was. It-
but then it was like very fast. We couldn't really talk about many stuff. But the thing is, you guys got the last place with Monsters by Sarah Alto,
yeah.
which was actually one of the early favorites of the edition. How did you feel about the result? Did you think, okay, the competition is too difficult this year, we are not going to do that well? How did you feel about it?
It's hard to say because it's we still made it to the through the qualifications,
Exactly.
which is maybe pretty good for Finland because it's not they sometimes they have like bad luck and doesn't go through. So in that case, we were pretty happy about that. And but yeah, it's tough. I think the song is good. It's a good song. So if you listen to it on Spotify, it's actually good. So it couldn't be maybe higher, but it's like it's what it is. You never know, and it's so much. It depends on so many other factors. Like it could be like yeah, the other songs, for example, and how much hype there is around like a song and artist, and yeah, and the live performance obviously
Hmm,
can sometimes be also key.
hmm,
Yeah, but
hmm.
I mean, it's hard to tell. I think for me, it's a competition, but it is what it is. So you have to just take it.
Yeah, because actually there is something that I said which is wrong. Marcia, she's saying here that she was not last. She was maybe second last, but the last was Portugal. Indeed,
Okay.
right?
She was something like 18th place, or I don't know, something around there. I don't know how many songs there was, or maybe I, I don't remember actually, because the screens are so far away, and we sit there, and I don't see the voting. I don't have my glasses, so and I'm just drunk. So no, but it's fun.
Okay, but now let's go back a bit to your first Melodifestivalen win, which was 2013 with Robin You.
Yeah.
It was actually the opposite situation because you guys were not favorites back then,
No.
but you won. Like,
Yeah.
how did you feel? Were you shocked?
That was really cool because it was we were kind of an underdog. We felt that we had a really strong song, but that song needed to grow on people. So we made it to the in the Swedish competition to the called second chance, andra chansen, and from there we went to the finals and won. And there's no song ever in history who has gone from the second chance and won the competition. So it was pretty cool actually. It was a big thing for us, and we knew the song was good, but it's very like it's a special song, so you need to hear it a few times and it grows on you. I think it's a grower, like the song. It grows. Yeah, that was awesome.
And then you won in
Yeah,
2015. And
that's
like
crazy.
from day one, Måns, he was one of the favorites to win Eurovision. But did you believe you guys were going to win? Like, okay, we have this in the bag. Let's just chill, watch the
No.
show, we relax. Or you were nervous throughout the whole competition.
Yeah, with Mons we were really nervous because you when you're in it, you don't. 'cause so many people come up to you and say like, "Yeah, I knew that song would win" or something like that, you know. And when you're favorite, when you're like in the bettings and when you're like ranked high, it's even harder because there's a lot of more pressure. But in the whole thing, when you're in that thing, all the songs you hear are great, and you're like, oh no, that song is good. So we didn't know, but we still knew that Måns is like he's so good performer. So he sings the song like every repetition, every time it's just perfect. And we had a
Mm.
really nice show, you know, yeah, the number, the show, and a good song. And when you have three of those things, then you could have a chance of like a good like result. But when we came to like I don't know, there was some at like in the end of the voting, there was like two or three or four countries left, and one of the Krister in our team, he said like we're gonna win, and we didn't get it. We were like, why? How can you know that? Like, and they hadn't even got uh, their votes. So that was awesome. It was fun.
That's
Yeah.
great. Okay, there is a comment here by Marcia. She's saying Monster is a bop. It's an amazing bop. Robbed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Fabio is saying hello. Here it's in Portuguese, but he's saying good afternoon.
Hello, hello.
Claudia is also saying hello, guys.
Nice.
So there's another question that, like, sometimes Melodifestivalen can be very frustrating. You know, at least for me. Like I say, how that song did not made it,
Yeah.
and like you took part several times, but what was that one song that you said, okay, damn, that song should have qualified, it should have won?
Should have qualified to the finals. There might be uh, the song called Echo, a metal song. It's by Outrigger. It's actually a really good song, and the chorus, the hook is really good. But
Hmm.
maybe the performance was a little bit too scary or something. They had their masks, and it was like pretty hard. And Melodifestivalen in Sweden is it's a very like broad audience. You have to get everybody to be able to make it. And also for me, one song was Statements by Loreen, which
Oh
didn't
yeah.
make it. It didn't make it to the finals, and I know it's a pretty hard song to like. It's not the most easiest song, but it's still a good song, and and she's an amazing performer. I think that song should have been in the finals for me. I still like that song. If I put it on Spotify, it's really cool and heavy and nice. But it's kind of experimental for being Melodifestivalen. So yeah, people just they switch on the TV and they would just want to have a good time. They don't want anything too heavy or too complicated. They want to eat popcorn and vote. At least here in Sweden. So
Yeah, like there is a friend of mine that he always says that statements, if if that song would have gone to Eurovision, it would have won. Do you think like Sweden had a chance to win and Loreen would be just like Johnny Logan, one of the people to win Eurovision twice?
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember what song won that year. It was 2017.
Or Salvador with
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
Mapeluzi
okay.
from
Maybe
Portugal?
could have been hard because he was so different from all the other songs, but maybe it would have like we've gotten maybe a good result at least. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You have
Hmm.
to see it in the context and hear it, against all other songs to know.
Hmm. But like there is a question here. But there's a because this person here at distance there is Marcia. She's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
She says statements is amazing. Oh my God, Joy is really tasteful
Thank
guy.
you.
She says Loreen would win for sure. She's the best artist from our times.
Yeah,
It
she's
surely
awesome.
is.
No
It's
doubt about it.
amazing.
She's really good. Yeah.
There is a question here about your favorites in 2021 Melodifestivalen edition. Who are your favorites?
I mean, from the songs I did, or yeah, I mean, in or the Eurovision Mellow edition.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean, of course, the songs I'm involved in. I did the winner song for Sweden, Tusse,
Hmm.
and the second one for Erik Saade, which placed second. So those two are my favorites, and they're very different. So I'm really happy they were so successful. I think Tusse is a little bit broader, for that's maybe why he won, because he's very likable, and Eric is a little more like, how do you say, uh, not like more artistic maybe in
I get
the
you.
dancing, and even the song is not that, like, it's not a regular Melodifestivalen song. It's more of a, like, a Spotify club song or something, but still very catchy, and that's the thing. So
Hmm.
those are my favorites. But I mean, the others, I like Dotter's song. That was great, and she's a great performer. So yeah, most of them are good usually, because I know everybody in Sweden. So yeah, but
But like, let me ask you something. What are your plans for 2022? Are you already working on some songs? Are you already planning to like give some songs to a certain artist? What are your plans for 2022? Would you like to take a break? Maybe, I don't know.
no breaks. It's too much fun. No, but my plans are, now we're going actually to Rotterdam, and to the not to the show, but to stay there and stuff. So that's gonna be awesome. A little bit of partying and support the team. Uh, my plans are, people are already starting to, think, and maybe, like, yeah, think what we're gonna do to the next festival. But maybe after the summer or during the summer, we usually start like doing it for real, and we do it like all August and because the deadline in Sweden is September, in the middle, or in the late September. It's a deadline. So I usually start in July or August. It's pretty late, but instead we start and we just work every day, like 24/7 for a month, and come up with songs. And yeah, that's the way I usually do it. But if something pops up now, an idea or an artist, we start working. And I also work with other projects as well. So I want to have some time for some other, other artists, and not just Melodifestivalen.
Let me ask you something about this question is not in the schedule, but I think that you can answer it. It's like you have worked with very big names in the Swedish music industry. You have worked with Måns, you have worked with Loreen, with Eric Saad. Who is this one artist that you really would like to work with? Like, it doesn't need to be a big name, but like this person, like it
Oh,
intrigues you in a certain way. They say, "Oh, I'd like to compose something for him or her."
oh, wow, that was a tricky question. There's so many good artists here, and oh my god. Uh, I
And
can't answer that for the moment. At the moment,
Marcia has the very same question. Like she's asking, which artist do you really want to work
Swedish
with? It's a coincidence.
Swedish artist, or
Maybe someone abroad.
yeah. I mean, I like all the everything. I mean, oh my god, that's so hard, because I do a lot of stuff. So it's like, in Sweden, it's different. There are many, all the big names, all the good names, and even international, like, the big stuff. But you have to work your way up there. So sorry, I can't give you a name.
Okay, so let me ask you something
At the
about
moment, I have
what.
to think. Sorry.
No problem, but like you have worked with many people, even outside of Melody Festival in Bubble.
Yeah,
You have composed for JoJo. You have composed to the Hasmus, which is a very famous Finnish band.
yeah.
And like, what's the difference between working with people thinking about Melody Festival and working with people outside the bubble?
Well, the biggest difference, it's not that big difference for me because I always try to do good pop songs. Like for
Mhm.
even for Melodifestivalen, I don't try to think, you know, Melodifestivalen or Eurovision. We just think when we're working like, is this a good song? But the hard thing in Melodifestivalen is that you have only 3 minutes and you have to convince people. So the song
Indeed.
has to be very direct. But for an example, I can give you a funny example. We were in LA working at a J-Lo camp for Jennifer Lopez, and we did a song which we even played for her, and she liked it, but she never recorded. So the song was we had that song, so we took it to Sweden, and that was a song that Lisa Ajax performed in Melodifestivalen called her first
My heart,
Melodifestivalen. Uh,
my heart wants
My
me
Heart
dead.
Is- yeah,
I
yeah.
love that song.
But we just changed the post hook of that song. So basically, that song was made for like in a camp in a totally different vibe. Yeah, and like we did a lot of song for J Lo, but it ended up in Melody Festival. So it's just like try to do good songs. Even with the Måns, the heroes, it was we didn't even think of him when we did it. We just did the song, and the same with Tusse song, and we just try to do good songs, and then like, oh my god, this could be something for this or that, or like, but and the other difference is that some artists are more artsy, it's more like arty and stuff, and maybe that music doesn't always fit for Melody Festival because it has to be good in TV and direct. So that's the only difference, but it's not that big of difference for me. But some genres you can't do like a long, like, it has to be easy some to listen to or something like that.
Let me ask you something about. There's a friend of mine. He's texting me. I'm just checking here. He wants to ask you a question, but I'm not asking you his question now. I'm gonna ask something different. Then you're probably going to answer him. Let's talk about San Marino.
Okay.
Like you are working with uh, an artist that is not Swedish, and you have two songs this year, thankfully in different semifinals,
Oh
so
yeah.
they are not going to compete against each other, thankfully. But how did you start working with Senhit? How did it? How was
we
the process?
The process was we actually never met because we just had a song, and one of the guys, Thomas, he had this like the connections, and he was like they're looking for songs for this for San Marino and this artist. So we just sent, and I was like, yeah, I have a chorus, I have an idea, and I showed it to the other guys, Linnea and Jimmy, and we finished the song and sent it, and they were like, yeah, this is great. Let's go for it. We never met or anything. She recorded her vocals over there and stuff, just sent us the files, and we did everything. Like, well, it was great fun. It's a crazy song.
Yeah, it is. It is a great song, and people. My friend is asking me, "Oh, was Adrenaline supposed to be for Dinana?"
No, we thought when we did it, we thought of Cyprus, but they took another song. So San Marino took this song, and also I did this song from the beginning with a Swedish artist, but we never released it. So it was an idea with a Swedish artist, so which I had the idea, so I just played it for the other guys. So we finished it. it was in Swedish
Hmm.
from the beginning. So we like made new stuff and made a new chorus, new lyrics in English and everything. So that's the way. That's I mean, you do a lot of songs, and sometimes you're like, oh, I got this idea. It could fit for Senhit or something. Like we just pumped it up.
There is a question here. Which artist did you enjoy to work with the most? Who was the nicest and the funniest?
Wow. I mean, all of them are usually very nice, but everybody's different. One of the, I mean, Tusse, he's crazy. He's very funny, and he's like he's dancing and screaming, and like he's funny in that way. So he's a fun guy to work with, and he actually, when we recorded voices, it was in the summer. It was so hot, so he like took his pants off. He had just his underwear recording because the climate control in my studio was like broken and stuff. So it was he's a funny guy. It's a funny story.
It, wa-
Um, yeah,
it
I
was
worked with.
hot.
Sorry,
I'm sorry. No, go on. Go on.
no, no,
I'll
no.
say
Yeah.
something later.
Now he's one of the recent people I've been working with who's really like fun, great fun. But all of them are fun and good in different ways. Like I work with Eric's, and like he's more of a thinker. He's thinking a lot, and he's puts a lot of his like experience and effort in the songs.
Hmm.
I also like that a lot. So it's everybody's different. Like
Hmm. And Marcia is saying here that Tusse himself brings a very important message to the androgynous and non-binary community. We are we are whatever we are,
yeah,
indeed.
yeah, that's a good way
But
to. We are what we are.
let me ask you something about the process of creating voices. Like many people connect the song to the Black Lives Matter movement. Is the
Yeah.
song somehow related to it, or you were thinking about something else?
It's not it's not I mean related to Black Lives Matters. It's not written for that in any way because we did a song before we even thought of Tusse in a way, but still, and it's not a political song, but the lyrics are it's for everyone. That's the thing with the song. You can make it political if you want to, and you can make it Black Lives Matters if you want to. That's the thing with the song, and it could be like everybody has a voice, and that's important. I mean, it could be about your kids or yeah. So we kept it very open for everybody to, you know, make it their own, like what it stands for. And for to say it's very important for him, like he felt the song and the lyrics that because yeah, in it relates to his like history and his life and stuff, so he was really happy about the song.
There are three songs that I would like to mention. Three songs that I really like from you, which is Red from
Yeah,
Melody Festival in 2014, Echo, which is also from Melody Festival in 2013. Soldiers, I think that was your first song in Melody Festival,
that was my
right?
first song. Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
So like they're so different, and you usually compose songs that are very different. So how is it to work with different styles? Is there like a genre that you prefer to work with?
I mean, for me the genre in whole is pop because I mean Soldiers is a pop song, but it's a heavy beat and it's acoustic guitars, and also Red is a pop song, but it's more dramatic with the 80s sounds, and so it's still the songs are the same. It's just the style, the sounds of the production, that difference. Like some. I mean, I love music, so for me, it's no. Even in music, it is what it is. I mean, there is no genre. It's just like music is music for me. So, but sometimes it's also you have to listen to what the artist wants to do. Like if him or her is like, I want to do 80s style, or I want to do this, you have to take that in consideration. But otherwise, sometimes you just have a song, and it's, yeah, it's different.
There is a question here about your time in Lisbon. Tell us the most funny story you have lived in Lisbon.
Wow, in Lisbon, what was the most? I mean, it was a good party for me. It was like we met a lot of nice people, and I met some drunk Englishmen who just goes to every Eurovision with their friends just to see a new city. And yeah, we were in Sintra and watched stuff there. It was so much happening all the time. So it was nice to be there, also to see Lisbon. And yeah, but it's, you hang out in the hotels, in the bars, everywhere. It's just good fun meeting. And talked about Sepultura with you. That was a fun moment. It's always nice.
And that's actually my second question, my next question. What's your, like, the kind of music that you usually listen to, like when you are chilling at home? Okay, this is the music that I'm going to listen. Sepultura is a big, big, big name. Like, it's probably one of our the biggest Brazilian bands, and many people I interviewed, Thrones in the Shine, they are from Portugal,
Oh, okay.
last week, and they mentioned Sepultura too. So it's
Yeah.
something that it's like it's one of our big names. Like, it's they are not very popular inside of the country, but it seems that usually outside of the country people usually mention that. But
Hmm.
besides Sepultura, what do you usually like to listen to?
I mean, I listen to a lot of music. I started out with metal in metal bands, so, and therefore Sepultura and Metallica and stuff. So I like to listen to that kind of the old stuff, which I grew up to. Uh, Otherwise, I just check out a lot of new music that comes, like all the new stuff. What the kids, because I have to, it's a research in the same time. So nowadays I don't have that much time to just listen to music, because I work all the time, and when
Okay.
I get home I just want to not listen to music. Or But sometimes I just listen for, I've been listening to so much, everything, for real, everything, like all the genres, everything, because you can always use that when you're working, when you do new stuff and new cultures and stuff. You can use all your knowledge from different kinds of styles and music. So yeah, it's a tricky question. It's boring to answer that I like everything, but it's the truth. I mean, I like a lot of beats and heavy stuff, and things that are pushing it forward. Yeah, experimental stuff, everything.
Let me ask you something. Do you think about? I think you have never sent a song to Melodifestivalen in Swedish. Do you
Mm,
plan to maybe in the future send something Swedish to Melodifestivalen?
maybe, I don't know, because yeah, I had a song last year in Swedish, Susie P. That was in Swedish.
Oh yeah, indeed. Moves
Moves,
was in
yeah. That was the
Swedish.
first song I did in Swedish. Um, I like. I'm not that good at maybe doing music in Swedish, but if the artist is Swedish and wants to do it in Swedish and is good at it, I'm down. I'm doing it. But yeah, for me, it's always been English, because that's
Hmm.
also like the music we get from all the other countries is in English, and that's your reference. And Sweden is such a small country, so we've been always have so much music from other countries coming here. But not at the moment. Swedish is really big here. Everybody wants to sing in Swedish, so it's really,
Exactly.
really, yeah, really big. So maybe,
Exactly. And
never know.
yeah, and this is something that I asked Gustav. I interviewed Gustav a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah,
and I asked him, like, the charts in Sweden are full of songs in Swedish.
yeah.
Danny Saucedo is singing in Swedish. Darin is singing in Swedish. Um, Eric Saad is singing in Swedish. So, like, do you think that now? Melodifestivalen is going to kind of follow the pattern of the charts, or do you think that the songs in English are going to be the majority still?
I think maybe it would, like you said, maybe there will be more Swedish, but I don't know if the winners are gonna be in Swedish. I'm not sure. That's just my feeling that maybe it's,
Hmm.
but maybe you never know. There was a really good Swedish song now this year, Klara Klingens.
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing song.
yeah, and that song is played a lot now, and it's a really nice song, and I really understand why people like it because it's deep and it's so yeah, maybe next year. I don't know.
Hmm. I think it's very Melissa Horn-ish.
Ah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
very
yes,
similar.
yeah, because it's about the lyrics, and it's the same in every country. When you're singing your native language, it hits much harder because it's your words, own words. Um, so when people sing in Swedish here, it's more about the lyrics. Uh,
Mm.
exactly the same for English speaking people in the US or UK. They sing in their native language, and that's why lyrics are so important for them. But for us in Sweden, when we sing in English, it's not like people don't care if it's not perfect English. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm. I got you. Well, there is also a question that Marcia is asking some questions here about Loreen. Have you heard Loreen's new song and what do you think about it?
Yeah, the new song in Swedish, I really liked it. I think that's probably the best from her in a while. I think for me, at least. And she's a great performer. She's magic,
She is. She is.
and she also did in Swedish now. So
Is there some kind of Swedish music you would like to release?
definitely, I mean, I like I like it. I like Swedish stuff. Uh, but I haven't worked with so many yet, so that sings in Swedish. So, but I really like that Loreen song and all that stuff.
Okay, so I have a question. Now, this is a very difficult question. And what are your expectations for this year's Eurovision? You have two songs,
Wow,
so you have two different semifinals. What do you expect? What do you think is going to happen there?
wow, tricky question. Uh, I think we have a pretty good chance of doing pretty good. I think that's what I feel with Tusse. I don't know. I can't say what place like because, and I haven't actually heard all the songs yet, so I'm gonna have to listen to everything uh, before. But I think it has a pretty good chance. But it's always up to the performance that night when you see it. Then you're gonna feel, or when we start to rehearse the song. And about Senhit, it's also hard because I haven't seen her perform the song live yet. So and I haven't seen the stage show yet, so I can't tell you about that. But Tusse I know because he already did it in Sweden, so we know how he performs, and he's a great performer, and he does it with his heart. So I believe in that.
Mhm. And I think it's a song about Tusi. It's one of those songs that it reaches the general audience. It's not like
Exactly.
it
Broad.
might not be, yeah, it might not be an Eurovision fan favorite,
No.
but the general audience, like I showed some friends some songs and said, "Oh, this voices song, it's very good."
Yeah, but it was the same here in Sweden because most of the people just, 8 o'clock or when Eurovision starts, they put on a TV and just they don't know what's coming. That's like the majority. Then there's us who are in this and we have heard the songs and we talk about this. It was the same in Sweden. Nobody like every because it wasn't what do you say the ranked winner in the but then he like started to climb when people saw it and heard him and understood. sometimes, when people just hear a snippet of a song, you can get it, but you don't get the whole picture. You have to get the whole picture. So I don't know, actually. Yeah, I mean, you have to believe in your stuff, otherwise I can do something else. So
Cool.
I have to believe in that it has the potential to be a winner. But then I know that there's tough competition, so there's a lot of songs who probably will be up there as well, because you never know. Sometimes you just just doesn't work.
Mhm. Okay, so this is the last question. Okay,
Yeah.
um, it's a question about Marcia is asking this question, but I'm also asking you this question, but in a more specific way. Have you heard the Portuguese song? What do you think about it?
Which was
It's in English for the first time ever.
I don't know if I heard that one. I listen to the top songs at the moment. The Swiss song, I think. That was a good one. It's a nice song. It's well made. Uh, and the Belgian song, I think I heard. Uh, the Finnish are funny because it's a rock song, metal. That's nice. Then I haven't heard the Portuguese yet. I have
Oh,
to listen to it. Sorry.
no problem.
I've been doing music all the time, so
It's hard. I
it's nice
understand
to,
you.
sometimes it's nice to be blank and just come there and see everything and hear everything, and like, okay, and you get the picture.
Yeah, I did that with Melodifestivalen last year,
Yeah,
and like my perception of the songs was just totally different.
yeah,
I just watched it, like I did not listen to the rehearsals or the snippets, nothing. I
no,
just went there and watched it for the first time.
yeah, yeah. It's sometimes, but I'm gonna listen because I listen to some songs all the time, so I'm gonna check them out.
Okay, do that. Joey, thank you so much for being here with us. You're an
Thank
amazing
you.
person. You're super cool. I hope you come to Brazil one day.
Yeah, I want to go there. Thank
It's a
you. It was
beautiful
fun. It
place.
was great fun, and good luck.
Good.
Hope to see you again
Thank
in the future. Okay,
we'll
cool.
I'm proud. Cool. Okay, I'm sure we will meet it again. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
See ya, guys.
See ya.
Thank
See
you
ya.
very much for
Bye.
watching.
Thank you.